today. We gather here at your footstool in your house, Lord, dedicated for this purpose, that we should come and gather together, Lord, in your name, as you desire of us. You commanded us to not to forsake the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is. Lord, so we obey your voice, Lord, gathering here, Lord, around the world, that we might come and hear what you have to say unto us. Speak, Father, today, I pray thee, anoint our ears to hear your voice. Father, Lord, wash us clean, make us vessels fit, Lord, for thy revelation, the word of God, may find a place of rest within us. Oh God, that it might bear fruit, Lord. Grant it, dear Father, to thee. May you, Lord, be pleased to come among us and just fellowship with us before. Teach us thy ways. Open the eyes of our understanding and give us joy in the Holy Ghost, that we might fellowship with thee today. In Jesus' precious name. Amen. Blessed be the Lord. For the melody of praise. Praise the Lord. Number 96 in melodies of praise. Yes, Lord, we understand it better. Praise God. We are often tossed and driven under restless state of time, summer skies and howling tempests, of such sea, the bright sunshine, and in that land of perfect day, when the mists have rolled away, we
Rain
road may be faulty, I still believe that He's leading along. All things, the Bible said, work together for good to them that love God. Amen. And I do love Him. Amen. Hallelujah. There's no doubt about that. Praise His name. I don't have to wonder. If I love Him, I know that I love Him. Amen. Amen. Praise be to God. Greetings in the precious name of the Lord Jesus Christ. I welcome you here again into the house of the Lord today. Where we continue to study this wonderful Word of God. And I just want to remind you, we'll be back here Wednesday evening, the Lord willing. And then on Friday, which will be our prayer vision, we will cancel that, and we want to go and support the dailies meetings on the 28th, which will be Friday evening. I think that meeting starts, I think, at 7 in the evening.
C'est pour le lit, donc il va commencer avec les prières, c'est une chose à accepter dans la soirée.
And you know, Brother Daly's church is on Rockaway. I can't remember the exact address, but you've been there before, so yes, you have no.
Well, c'est dans Rockaway, Rockaway Boulevard.
So on Friday evening, that's where we will be. We will not have prayer vigil Friday evening, okay? So we'll be there.
Amen.
On Saturday, we have our church fellowship in the park, the Rosedale Park. Trusting to see each and every one of you there. Praise the Lord. Bless God. So, looking forward to that time of fellowship. Praise God. Amen. All right. Praise His name. Today, before we continue in the message, I just have a song I'd like to share with you, one that you know well. And it's just about things that happen in your life. You know that Satan is after you. You know that things are going to take place. But God always is still there. Like we said, He's up on the mountain, the things are shining bright, the sun is shining bright. He's also down in the valley. And this is what we have to remember, that He's still there. He's always there. Number 159, it's called Master, the Tempest is Raging. Master, the tempest is raging, and the billows are tossing high. The sky is overshadowed with blackness, and there's no shelter or help is nigh. they say in the jungle when the lion roars, everything keeps still.
Amen.
And he is the lion of the tribe of Judah.
Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah. Bless God. I want no other person on my side when I'm in trouble than the Lord Jesus. Amen. Bless God. The Bible says, the footsteps of a righteous man is ordered.
La Bible dit, marche des chrétiens, il ordonné.
Yet to understand that these things that will go away sometimes and things that will not. Praise God. As Brother Job said, the Lord gave it, and the Lord take it away. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
Amen.
All things,
Toutes choses.
give thanks.
By Dieu gloire.
Praise be to God. Hallelujah. Amen. To God be the glory, great things He has done. Amen. Blessed be His precious name. Today we want to continue in the subject and of the tithing. And so before we get into that, shall we all just stand as we welcome the Holy Spirit? Praise God. Holy Spirit, thou art welcome in this place. Holy Spirit, thou art welcome in this place. Omnipotent Father of mercy and grace, thou art welcome in this place. Gracious Heavenly Father, thou, we believe, are leading us, Lord, through the Word of God that was written here thousands of years ago, and the Spirit, the revelation of it all hidden, Lord, from eyes, you said, from the eyes of the wise and the prudent.
Yes.
But you promised to reveal it, Lord, of the babes and such as would know.
Thank you, Lord.
We bless you and thank you that thou hast called us out, Lord,
Yes.
and has anointed our eyes and our understanding,
Thank you, Lord.
giving us this wonderful privilege,
Yes.
Father,
Thank you.
that you can show us the secret things
Yes.
which belong unto God. But they said the things that are revealed are for us.
Yes. Thank you.
And so, Lord, we thanking you for the revelation of your word, taking us, Lord, behind the scenes, the
Yes,
privilege, Lord, that thou hast granted unto us.
Yes.
For even in your word it says it's not for everyone,
Amen.
but for those that are chosen of God.
Yes.
And so, Lord, we understand the privilege that thou hast granted unto us.
Yes.
And so to know that we are chosen of God, to know these things,
Yes.
then upon us lies this great responsibility.
Yes.
For to whom much is given, much is required.
Amen.
And Lord God, you said that we should be able to give an account to every man that asketh of his hope
Yes.
that lies within us. Help us, Lord, to take this responsibility seriously.
Yes.
And to truly, Lord, speak your truth when we ask of the things of God. We ask it in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Yes.
Come now, Holy Spirit, and guide us, teach us into thy truth.
Yes.
In Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Lord bless you, may you see it. Praise the name of the Lord. Bless God. You know, as they say sometimes, when you're telling a story or covering a story in the news or whatever the case might be, sometimes when you start the story and you continue, you say things get deeper and deeper on it. The story gets bigger and bigger. That's what's happening here. Every time you go into the scriptures and you check on it, the Lord reveals something else.
And as I was looking at some of these mega churches on TV the other day, and looking at these mega televangelists, and them speaking these prosperity messages. And the people, they have these huge places that they host thousands of people at one sitting, and have these huge pulpits and so forth. The place is spread for looks like half a mile. That's all. It is that huge, and then the people are just it's just covered with money. The people are just throwing money out there, and these prosperity preachers are there. I saw one just running and traveling on the money. Your needs are met. Your needs are met. And the people are running out and they're throwing the money. And they're throwing the money. Your needs are met. Here comes another one that he's joining him and they're traveling the money. They're running through it back and forth. And the people are screaming. And they're throwing money everywhere. And every time they pass some, run up this way and throw more. They pass this way, some run and throw that. It's a sad thing. Very sad thing. To see the deception of these crooks, these robbers that call themselves preachers. But you get to understand that the scripture says, in this day, they're going to heap to themselves teachers. Because they have itching ears. They only want to hear what they want to hear. Things that sounds good to them. These people like Joel Osteen and Creflo Dollar and all these, what's his other name? This other one that speaks at the T.D. Jakes and this woman drives white or something like that, Myers or whatever her name is. All these people are making millions. I was stunned to hear Joel Osteen was just casually speaking and telling the reporter as she was investigating some of them that some years, people in, maybe 90 million. 90 million. And that might be a slow year. In 1 year. That's what people want. They pay for all this flash. And they love things that would feed their spirit, and they jump and they make noise and they feel good when they come because they heard something that sounds good to the ears but does nothing for their soul. That's what God said is going to happen. And we see it happening day after day. And they're fleecing the people. These people that can hardly make ends meet. And they believe these charlatans that keep telling them if you give, the more you give, the more you get. So they would take out the last of their money, give to these folks that go home and have 5-course meals. Jump on a near jet and can go any place. When you hardly have money for a taxi. which scripture they use?
Le premier écriture utilisé.
Malachi 4. Malachi 3.
Malachi 3.
And they threaten the people.
Et you va
Say, if you don't give,
si you va bailler,
you will be cursed of God.
on va maudire, Dieu va maudire.
And so they frighten the people into giving.
Donc ils viennent rendre peuple là dans la
They say
crainte
they're tithes.
pour bailler.
I've seen some of them throw people out of the church because they did not tithe. Throw them out. 94 years old woman. She couldn't tithe. They threw out the church. And I was listening to one of them, I can't remember which country, I think Argentina or one of those countries, that telling the congregation, if you don't tithe, when you're leaving, put your car, a title in the offering basket. You don't know what's happening out there. And how good you have it. The things that those people are doing to force people to say that they pay tithes, and this is all because they say that the people are not paying their tithes. They tell you, Malachi 3, if you don't pay your tithes, you are cursed with a curse. Of course, the poor people don't want to be cursed. So they pay up more and more, expecting certain things to happen, and it's not happening, and that is because you're not paying enough. So you go and you dig in all the corners and try to get your last little dough, and these crooks have no pity on this. But they have them, these people will just look at them and give them all. And they tell you, oh, we are not under the law. We are under grace. That all the things of the law has been done away. But yet they say you need to pay tithes. Which is also under the law. Because tithing is under the law. Hallelujah.
Amen.
How come the law, all the things of the law has been abolished, but this one thing under the law, and they tell you, you're not under the law, you're under grace, but this one thing, you got to continue. Tell the poor people, as God, this time they didn't even realize people don't, that's because people don't read. They don't read the scriptures for themselves. They don't have a pastor or someone to teach them the scriptures. So in ignorance, they're being led, the blind by the blind. Blind by the greedy, being led. So they use the scripture of Malachi 3. Verse 7 says, even from the days of your followers, or your fathers, God is speaking to Israel. And they don't even understand why God is chastising Israel for not paying their tithes. Because if you go into the books of Ezra and Nehemiah, you will realize why God was telling this to Malachi. That Israel has robbed him of their tithes and offerings. But in no place in the scriptures has tithing been of money. There's no place in the scriptures that tithes was of money. I showed you that there was money available, that they had money at that time. But when God talked about tithing, not of money.
Lorsque Dieu t'a parlé de l'argent,
I've shown it to you in
l'argent.
the scriptures.
Et nous montrons ça dans
Is
l'Écriture.
that right?
C'est pas vrai.
It's not of money.
C'est pas l'argent.
Tithing was only of fruits and seeds. It was of food.
C'était toujours manger. Amen.
Is that right?
Amen.
That's what the scripture says.
C'est ça l'Écriture.
The tithing was of food.
Dis-nous, c'était manger, c'est toujours.
But there came a time
C'est bon l'air qui est venu.
when things switched over to money.
Lorsque vous vivez tout bagarre.
Because they tell the people
Laisse à vous dire, peuple, là.
that, oh, in those days, that's what they had, and they did not have money. But you know that's a lie.
Mais vous connaissez menti déjà.
I've shown you
Et moi, mon
that even Abraham had money in there. Shekels, silver, isn't that right? So they're lying to you.
Ça veut dire vous menti.
And they tell you, and in those days, it's because they did not have money. And that's how they did business. No.
Non, c'est pas vrai.
That's a lie.
Ils ont menti.
You need to understand. Wake up in this day and see the truth of God's word. For the truth shall make you free.
Amen. Amen.
And so, when God was chastising Israel here and telling them that you have robbed me in tithes and offerings, was because Israel had done away with the priesthood.
Parce que Dieu dit Israël a volé, c'est parce qu'Israël devait faire avec fonction sacerdoce prêtre là.
When Ezra and Nehemiah had restored after the deportation into Babylon.
Et après la déportation en Égypte.
When God had sent them down to Babylon for 490 years.
Dieu était voulu en Égypte pendant
70 years, sorry.
470 ans.
And God sent them down there for 70 years.
Dieu était voulu 70 ans.
Because they failed to obey God's
Parce
word.
qu'ils étaient dérépétés obéir par la Dieu.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
And so they had gotten rid of the law
Vous savez, les lois
of Moses, where they were told
Moïse te dit,
to have the Levites in certain positions.
il y a les vieux qui pour jouer en ces positions.
Because you have to understand
Ça fait au besoin qu'on est.
that they were not living in cities like we have, which is open cities.
Et voilà, tu vis dans
These are open cities. They don't have walls.
Oui, non. Parce que nous n'avons pas de
You have borders, but you don't have walls. Like we have Brooklyn, we have Queens, we have Nassau. There are borders, right? But in those days, they used to have walls.
Mais dans le temps,
You understand? Walls, and then they would have gates to those cities. But just like how you would have Brooklyn, and Queens, and Long Island, and Staten Island, and so forth, all is part of New York. You understand? But there are different parts of the city. Each one of them would have had walls. And to go into Staten Island, you would have had to go through the gate. And at the gate, you would have keepers, which would be the Levites. You understand? And so that is the way it was. But all together, it was the tribe of Judah, or Israel. You understand what I'm saying?
Amen.
You see? So even though they were divided up into little cities, overall they were things. But when it comes to the tribe of Judah, or the city of Judah, they would have all these little cities that were, of course, walled off, and their gates. But the capital of Judah would be Jerusalem. You understand? So Jerusalem would be a different little city by itself, and then you would have all the other little cities where the people would dwell. But it's all Judah. You understand? Together. Bless God. So this is what the scriptures, as we read, as we go on, you will find out about the Levites being the keepers or keepers of the gates. Therefore, you will understand when we speak about it, when the scripture mentions it, you will understand that they were there at the gates. Not the gates of the church, but the gates of the city. Why were the Levites there? So that they can collect the tithes of that city. You understand? Of that little place. Because remember, the Levites were put in charge. Those there stood by the gates, they stood there that at the time when the tithing is taking place, they would collect it. The tithes would go on to them, right? For that area. And for instance, let's say Brooklyn was walled off. The Levites in Brooklyn would collect the tithes of Brooklyn. You understand? And would bring it to that place where they are the ones that will eat or take care of that. And Staten Island would do the same, and Queens would do the same, and so forth. You understand? So, what would then happen is that every little city, every little place would take the best of the tithes, the best of the best, right? And bring that onto Aaron the priest. Understand? So the Levites would tithe from the tithe the best of the best. And they would give that is holy unto God. And then that would be given to Aaron the priest. So that he and his sons could eat that. Amen. But the rest of the tithes, the rest of the Levites would eat. Now there were 4 different types of tithing. You didn't know that. See, that's where the story comes in. Because as you realize we were reading, at one time they were tithing when they could eat. They could eat it. Because God had said, if the place too far, sell it. Right? And then there was another tithe that in order to be given to Aaron. And then there was another tithe of nut and so forth. Let me just break down these 4 different tithes to you. Bless God. First, let's deal with the Levitical tithe, which is the one we just spoke about. And just to differentiate the tithes and so forth, so that we can understand when we read the scriptures, what tithes are we talking about, and why it is certain times you will find God said, when you eat it, and another time, these people will eat it. And so forth. And this time it would be for God and so forth. You understand? So, in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, we read this scripture. Well, I want you to look at this. Leviticus and Numbers 18. We go back to that. Yes, in Numbers 18, we want to read Numbers 18 from verse Numbers 18, reading from verse 21. God speaking to them, he says, and behold, I have given the children of Levi all the 10th in Israel for an inheritance. Now it looks as though, well, all the 10th, everything. Well, what's the difference here? God said, I have given all the 10th for the tithe.
Verse 21.
And behold, I have given the children of Israel, of Levi, all the 10th in Israel for an inheritance. That's what they were bringing in the tithe, the regular tithe. For their service, which they serve even the service of the tabernacle of the congregation.
En même temps, ils changent de service au bail dans le temple.
Because that was their job.
And
like I said before,
they had
no inheritance.
God
said, I am their inheritance. And whatever is given to me, which is the tithe, a tenth in all Israel, it is given to the Levites. Right? So hear what he's saying. It is given to them because of their service, because their job was to take care of the church. The tabernacle. Right? They had to do the repairs and take down the things, and so when time for them to move and when time for them to set up again, and every one of them had their designated duty. Not everybody can go and touch everything. You understand? So if their job was to form the skin, the tent, the floor, that's all they do. That's all they're designated to do. You understand? If ones were designated to fetch the poles, that's all they can do. They can't touch anything else. Those who were designated to fetch the holy vessels, that's all they can do. You understand? Because if they touch anything else, they can be killed. It was that severe. You understand? So God was very strict under the law with the things that everyone was designated to do. Right? Now watch. Now he says now, neither must the children of Israel henceforth come nigh the tabernacle of the congregation, lest they bear sin and die. So the Israelites could not come up to the tabernacle. The rest of Israel, only the Levites could come near. And they could not even come inside. That was designated to the sons of Aaron and his sons. So even though the Levite tribe could look after the day-to-day work of taking care of repairing and so forth, and they can dwell around the tabernacle, they could not come inside. Only a certain portion of the Levites, which was designated to the sons of Aaron. The rest of the Levites were servants to Aaron and his sons. You understand? They were servants to Aaron and his sons. And whatever job Aaron gave to them, that is what they had. You following?
Yes.
Amen.
All right, good. So hear what he says. But the Levites shall do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. They shall bear their iniquity. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations, that among the children of Israel they have no inheritance. Right? But the tithes of the children of Israel, which they offer as a heave offering unto the Lord, I have given to the Levites to inherit. Therefore, I have said unto them among the children of Israel, they shall have no inheritance. So that would be the Levitical tithes. Watch. Let me just give you that. 1 second. Praise the Lord. So he says there, that's the tithes that goes to the Levites. All the tenth. Right? That come out of Israel to the Levites. That's the Levitical tithes. All the tribes of all the different parts of the Levites, all of them, not only to Aaron and his sons, but to all the Levites. You understand? Which was their cousins. You understand? But to Aaron and his sons had a different job, but they were all in the tribe of Levi. You understand? Are you following something? All right. So to all the Levites were the 10 to come. So that's the Levitical tithes. All right. Then we we have the festival tithes. The tithes of festival, which is the one that we talked about so much in the place before. Watch. In Deuteronomy 14. Deuteronomy 14, remember we talked about that. Get to that. Deuteronomy 14. Hallelujah. Reading from verse 21. Ye shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself. Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gates, that he may eat it, or thou mayest sell it unto an alien. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not see the king's one's name. Verse 22. Thou shalt surely tithe all the increase of thy seed, that the field bringeth forth year by year. All the increase of your field, that it brings forth year by year. Look at this time. And thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God in the place which he shall choose to place his name there, the tithe of thy. You understand? Remember we just read, God said, give all the tenth in Israel, right? All the tithe in Israel to the Levites. Right? But here God is saying to Israel that when they reap this particular increase of their field, what? Verse 22. Thou shalt surely tithe all the increase of thy seed, that the field bringeth forth year by year. This is all of Israel. They are taking forth, bringing out the tithe of the increase of their field. Right? Watch this. But thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God in the place which he shall choose to place his name there, the tithe of thy corn, of thy wine, of thy oil, and the firsting of thy herds, and of thy flocks, that thou mayest learn to fear the Lord thy God always. Israel was to eat that tithe. Right? Even though it was a tithe, this was not for the Levites. This is the festival tithe. This is where they celebrate the blessings of God. Understand? When God bless them and the fields increase so year by year, God says, take out my tithes, but I want you to eat it with your family. Because you're taking out the best. That's the tithe. Right? And I want you to eat and have a good time with your family. It is special, it is holy, it is blessed of God. This is God's blessing to them. You understand? So God is rewarding them. So he says, you're going to eat the corn, the tithe of the corn, the wine, and of thy oil, and the firsting of thy herds, and of thy flocks, that thou mayest learn to fear the Lord thy God always, and yet the way be too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it, or if the place be too far from thee, which the Lord thy God shall choose to set his name there, when the Lord thy God hath blessed thee. You understand? This was the festival when they would bring the tithing unto the house wherever God had set his name. Wherever Israel was supposed to come together to worship God, to celebrate God's blessing. You understand? Once a year. This blessing, this tithe, was for them to have a good time. You understand? So this was the festival tithe. We get that, some more of that later on. See, because show where the scripture says that they were supposed to appear before God 3 times a day. Right? So this was one of those times when they had to pay, and he said, don't come empty. Don't come empty. So he's telling them, when God bless you, and you get the increase of your feet, take out the tenth and bring it. And if the way be too far, where you have to go to worship or have to go to church, because imagine if you got 10,000 sheep, you bring a head of that, a tenth of that. It's 1,000 sheep. You're going to drive that maybe for 10, 15, 20 miles. Then you got corn. You understand? That you're going to find passage for that, and and then you have your oil. You might be planting palm trees, and you have the dates and so forth. All that you bring. You understand? You got to have massive servants or so forth to fetch all that stuff. And then to take care of all the sheep while they're going in the wilderness, to bring them onto this mountain where God is. You understand? So God said if the place too far. Sell it. Isn't that considerate? You think so? Sell this stuff for money. Take the money. Bind it up in your hand. Come to the place where you got the worship. And now you can buy back anything that you have. Isn't that right? That's what he said. You can buy back either oxen or sheep or goat or oil or wine or strong drink. But I want you to have a good time. Celebrate your blessings. That's what God was telling. No, this tithe was for Israel. You see it? This tithe was for Israel. Not specifically for the Levites. And he says, and if the Levites is in your gates, don't forget him. All right? If the Levites, so you understand that it was not particularly for the Levites. But when you celebrate it, because the Levites are there within among you, you understand? Don't forget to give them their portion. Amen. Glory to God. Amen. Hallelujah. Oh my. Blessed be the name of the Lord. So this is the festival. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Then he says, though, at the end of 3 years, thou shalt bring forth all the tithes of thine increase. Verse 28. The same year, and shall lay it up. Then we get that's the other tithes. No. The other tithes was the tithes for the poor. This is the tithes for the poor. 3 years. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. He says, verse 28, at the end of 3 years, thou shalt bring forth all the tithes of thine increase the same year, and shalt lay it up within thy gates. And the Levite, because he had no part nor inheritance in thee, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, and which are within thy gates, that is within your little community, right? Within thy gate shall come and shall eat and be satisfied. That thy Lord the God may bless thee in all the work of thy hands. Remember, like I told you, each of them had their own little places. So whoever is within that area, like Brooklyn, whoever is in Brooklyn, you don't give in to Staten Island. You understand? Those Brooklyn taking care of Brooklyn. Queens will take care of Queens, and Staten Island take this, that, and so forth. That's what he was saying. You understand?
Amen.
So those that are within your gates, the poor and the widow, the fatherless and so forth within your gates. You understand? And so forth. So, and if you got Levites there, you got to take care of them too. Right? So he's saying, so that God would bless you. So that's the poor tithe. Tithes for the poor. Let's go to Deuteronomy 16. Deuteronomy 16. And see how many times a year they have to come here. Deuteronomy 16. Sorry, not Deuteronomy 16, sorry. Deuteronomy 26. Deuteronomy 26. Deuteronomy 26. Yes, Lord. Right. Deuteronomy 26. From verse 11. And thou shalt rejoice in every good thing which the Lord thy God hath given unto thee, and unto thine house, thou and the Levite, and the stranger that is among thee. When thou hast made an end of tithing all the tithes of thine increase the third year, which is the year of tithing, Hallelujah. And has given it unto the Levite, the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, that they may eat within thy gates and be filled. You understand? That's the poor tithe. Then thou shalt say before the Lord thy God, I have brought away the hallowed things out of my house, and also have given them unto the Levite, and unto the stranger, to the fatherless, and to the widow, according to all thy commandments, which thou hast commanded me. I have not transgressed thy commandments, neither have I forgotten them. I have not eaten thereof in my mourning, neither have I taken away aught thereof for any unclean use, nor given aught thereof for the dead. But I have hearkened to the voice of the Lord my God, and have done according to all that thou hast commanded. Look down from thy holy habitation, from heaven, and bless thy people Israel, and the land which thou hast given us, as thou swearest unto the fathers, in the land that floweth with milk and honey. Praise the name of the Lord. So that's the tithe for the poor. Bless the name of the Lord. Now, the tithes of the Levites, not the tithes for the Levites. The tithes of the Levites. Remember, the Levites also had the tithe. All right? Even though they received tithes, they also had the tithes. Remember that? So now we want to deal with the tithes of the Levites. Amen. What? Numbers 8. Going back to Numbers 8. Numbers 18. Yes, Lord. Numbers 18. Hallelujah. Numbers 18. Yeah. From verse 20. Numbers 18. No, I want to read from verse. Yes, from verse 21. Verse 21. Let's read from verse 25. Yes, God. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Thus speak unto the Levites, and say unto them, When you take of the children of Israel the tithe which I have given you, from them for your inheritance, right? Then you shall offer up an heave offering of it for the Lord, even a tenth part of the tithe. Right? So they're taking a tenth or a tithe of the tithe. Offering that up as a heave offering. Heave offering, they will throw that up to God. Amen. As a heave offering, God says, I want you to take that, and this, your heave offering, shall be reckoned unto you as though it were the corn of the threshing floor, and as the fullness of the winepress. In other words, this will be just like if you had flocks of your own and you're giving this up, or you had a field of when they would bring, the grapes and so forth to the wine, bring it unto God and so forth. This would be like if you did your reaping. So you're offering up unto God a tenth. Hallelujah. Like the wine of the threshing floor. Hallelujah. You're offering up a tenth part to God. A heave offering. Hallelujah. He says, thus, verse 28, thus you also shall offer an heave offering unto the Lord of all your tithes, which you receive of the children of Israel. And you shall give thereof the Lord's heave offering to Aaron the priest. No, there's another place where it says that only Aaron and his sons were to eat the heave offering. Hallelujah. This was given to Aaron and to his sons. But the rest of the tithe was for the rest of the Levites. But this is the tithes of the Levites. This is the fourth tithe. All right? So we had I gave you four tithes. The first one was the Levitical tithes, which they received. All the tenth of Israel. The second tithe was the festival tithe, which they would sell if they were too far away. Right? Then you had the poor tithes, or the tithes for the poor, which is done every 3 years, which they will do within their gates. And now we have the fourth tithe, which is the tithes of the Levites, which is they will tithe from the tithes that they receive. Right? And this tithe, which is the heave offering, is to be given to Aaron and his sons. You follow me? Amen. Bless God. So he says now, thus you shall offer a heave offering unto the Lord, verse 28, of all your tithes, which you receive of the children of Israel, and ye shall give thereof the Lord's heave offering to Aaron the priest. Out of all your gifts, you shall offer every heave offering of the Lord, of all the best thereof, even the hallowed part thereof. The heave offering. All of it. The best of it. Out of the tithes that they received. This was given to Aaron, the priest. Amen? Therefore thou shalt say unto them, when you have heaved the best thereof from it, then it shall be counted unto the Levites as the increase of the threshing floor, and as the increase of the winepress. When they heave that best, the best of the tithes, that is going to be like if they had reaped, their stuff, and then give it to God. And ye shall eat it in every place, ye and your households, for it is your reward for your service in the tabernacle of the congregation. They shall eat their tithes. The heave offering goes to Aaron. They shall eat their tithes. You understand? Amen. So eat it in the tabernacle of the congregation for your work. In the tabernacle of the congregation, that's why you're receiving the tithes. Because your job is to take care of the things of the church. You understand? So that's why you receiving tithes. But Aaron then got the heave offering tithes, which is the best of the best, because of their work in the tabernacle. You understand? It's holy unto God. So he's saying now, you shall eat it in every place, you and your household. For it is your reward for your service in the tabernacle of the congregation. And you shall bear no sin by reason of it. Then you have heaved from it the best of it. Then you heave the best of it, then you shall eat the rest. Amen. You shall have no sin after you have heaved the best from it. You understand? So after you have heaved the best of it and you give to God, which is to Aaron, the rest is yours. You wouldn't have any problem. Right? So he says, neither shall you pollute the holy thing of the children of Israel, lest ye die. Let's go. Hallelujah. All right. Praise the name of the Lord. Now, Deuteronomy 18. Deuteronomy 18. It says here, from verse 1. Verse 81. The priests, the Levites, and all the tribe of Levi shall have no part nor inheritance with Israel. They shall eat the offerings of the Lord made by fire, and his inheritance. Right? So these are the Levitical priests. The priests that are, of course, only the Levites could be priests. And then again, only the sons of Aaron could be priests. Right? Not anybody in the Levite. Right. So he says, therefore shall they have no inheritance among the children. The Lord is their inheritance, as he had said unto them. And this shall be the priests do from the people, from them that offer a sacrifice, whether it be an ox or sheep, and they shall give unto the priest the shoulder and the 2 cheeks and the maw. The first fruit also of thy corn and of thy wine, of thy oil, and of the first of the fleece of thy sheep, thou shalt give him. The priest, not the rest of the Levites. Alright? This is for the priest. Aaron and his sons. Right? He says, and if a Levite come from any of thy gates and out of all Israel, where, Verse 6. Did I read verse 4 or 5?
No.
Let's read from verse 3. And they shall be the priests do from the people and from them that offer a sacrifice, whether it be of sheep, ox or sheep, and they shall give unto the priest the shoulder, the 2 cheeks, and the maw. The first fruit also of thy corn, and of thy wine, and of thy oil, and the first of the fleece of thy sheep shalt thou give him. For the Lord thy God hath chosen him out of all thy tribes to stand to minister in the name of the Lord, him and his sons forever. This is for the priesthood. And if a Levite come from any of thy gates out of all Israel, where he sojourn and come with all the desire of his mind unto the place which the Lord shall choose. In other words, you remember we said a place where God shall choose where they will have to go. Right? If a Levite come up to that place, you understand, while they were there, hear what he said. This the Lord shall choose. Then he shall minister in the name of the Lord his God. And all his brethren, the Levites, as all his brethren, the Levites do, will stand there before the Lord. They shall have like portions to eat, beside that which cometh of the sale of his patrimony or his inheritance. And he shall perform these ceremonies before God. If he comes with the people. At the place where God put his name. What? When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations, There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with some familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do those things are an abomination unto the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee. Thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy God. For these nations which thou shalt possess hearken unto observers of times, and unto diviners. But as for thee, the Lord thy God hath not suffered thee to do so. The Lord thy God will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brethren like unto thee. Unto him you shall hearken. Hallelujah. All right. Numbers. Numbers 18. Numbers 18. Just read a portion of that. Numbers 18. Let's start from verse 2 and see something here, because we started late at that point. Numbers 18 says, let's start from verse 1. And the Lord said unto Aaron, thou and thy sons and thy father's house, with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, and thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood. And thy brethren also of the tribe of Levi, the tribe of thy father, bring thou with thee, that they may be joined unto thee, and minister unto thee. But thou and thy sons with thee shall minister before the tabernacle of witness. Right. So we have God taking Aaron and his sons for the priesthood. But the rest of the Levites are supposed to be their servants. Right? And they shall keep thy charge, whatever Aaron tell them. They shall keep, they look after Aaron and the charge of all the tabernacle. So they look after Aaron and his sons and the things of the tabernacle. Only they shall not come nigh the vessels of the sanctuary and the altar, that neither they nor ye also die. So they had a specific work. They could not touch the vessels of the tabernacle. And they shall be joined unto thee, and keep the charge of the tabernacle of the congregation, for all the service of the tabernacle, and a stranger shall not come nigh unto you. And you shall keep the charge of the sanctuary and the charge of the altar, that there be no wrath any more upon the children of Israel. And I, behold, I have taken your brethren the Levites from among the children of Israel. To you they are given as a gift for the Lord, to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. Therefore thou and thy sons with thee shall keep your priest's office for everything of the altar and within the veil. See? So they're strictly in the tabernacle. So the tabernacle of the congregation and within the veil, which is the Holy of Holies. Only Aaron could have gone in, the high priest. But the rest of his sons, like the other priests, were to work in the congregation, the tabernacle of the congregation. Remember, it was divided into two. The first part was the tabernacle of the congregation. The second part was the Holy of Holies, behind the veil. Right? So the high priest went behind the veil once a year, but all the priests were in the tabernacle of the congregation. Amen. All right? So, behold, I have taken. Therefore, thou and thy sons with thee shall keep their priest's office forever, for everything of the altar and within the veil, and you shall serve. I have given your priest's office unto you as a service of gift, and the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, behold, I have given thee the charge of mine heave offerings. Watch this. And I have given you the charge. Remember, we just talked about the heave offering, right? When the tithe of the Levites. That was the heave offering. Remember that? God says now to Aaron, you shall take. I have also given the charge of my heave offerings of all the hallowed things of the children of Israel. Unto thee have I given them by reason of the anointing unto thy sons by an ordinance forever. Right? By an ordinance. This shall be thine of the most holy thing. Right? So the heave offering or the offerings of the tithes of the Levites, which is the heave offering, is to come to Aaron the priest. It is the most holy thing, God says. He says, and every sin offering, this shall be thine of the most holy things, reserved from the fire. Every oblation of theirs, whatever it is offering they make, the Levites, to God. Every meat offering of theirs, every sin offering of theirs, every trespass offering of theirs, which they shall render unto me, shall be most holy for thee and for thy sons. You see? The meat offering, the heave offerings, the holy things of that the Levites offer up unto God. That is the most holy. God says that is for Aaron and for his sons. You see that? Hallelujah. Bless God. He says, in the most holy place shalt thou eat it. The most holy. Hallelujah. Imagine that. God said, go and eat it within the veil. Do your sons. The most holy place.
So that was the only time his sons were allowed in there.
Yes. Right. God said, you can go eat it in there. The most holy place. Watch what he says. The most holy place, thou shalt eat it. Every male shall eat it. It shall be holy unto thee. That's because it's, remember, this is the most holy thing that was offered unto God. Everything. God said, I want you to go in here because it is most holy. Eat it in the most holy place. You and your sons. This is the tithes. The tithes of the Levites. Whatever tithes they give was to be eaten there. So you see the different type of tithes. So when you see, but we have been taught in the days gone by just about tithes. You understand? We didn't know that there were different type of tithes. But here we are seeing in the scriptures, God had designated to Israel. To Israel. To Israel. Under the law. They should tithe. I don't want you to go with the wrong idea. Get to the other part where you come in later on. Get to that later on. Let's go. Or what we're talking about modern day. Because everybody is more interested in what we should do today. We'll get to that, but I need you to see the background. To bring you out from the law into grace. To let you understand this law does not apply to us. Amen. It was under the law, and remember, it was an ordinance. And the scripture says in the New Testament that Jesus nailed all the ordinances to his cross, taking it out of the way because it was against us. Remember, what the scripture we had for that? I think it was Colossians 2:14. Right. It was against us.
C'est des bagages qui étaient contraires contre nous la loi.
Nailing it to his cross because it was against, those things were against us.
Les cloués à la croix.
It was a part of the law.
C'est des portions de la loi qui étaient intimidées.
And we are no more under the law. So how come these bloodsuckers that are there that call themselves preachers that are telling you and using law to force you and to threaten you that you must give them a tenth of your earnings, or else you will be cursed. But I'll show you where the thing comes in for you today. But I need for you to have a foundation first. Because you can't go and build a structure up in the air. Whatever is built has to have a foundation. And if the foundation is not solid, when storms come and rocks and earthquakes and all these things start to pass in a heavy wind, it's going to fall. So the foundation that I'm giving you is going to be rock solid because it's based on the word. So that when they come to you with all manner of nonsense, you will be able to set them straight. Let them understand we are no longer under the law. That does not apply to me. Where God has demanded of us a tenth of our produce. It was never of money. You want me to tie to you? Okay, I will give you some salad. I will bring you some tomatoes for you and so forth, some onions and some potatoes. That's your type. Amen. But my money is mine. But if you want me to tithe, I'm going to the store and buy you some meat. I'll put that in the offering plate, in the tithe. That's your tithe. That was your tithe. Huh? Can you see it, saints?
Amen.
I know many of you are thinking, because I purposely read what Brother Branham said. Right up front. That Brother Branham said, tithing never changed. He says it's very important. Everybody that comes to the church must tithe or should tithe. Brother Branham gave you light for his day. People, people have this weird idea that Brother Branham knew everything. Nothing could be further from the truth. God gave him the light that he needed to do this job. Remember, nobody can stretch beyond where God wants you to do. That was light for his day, but he understood by then, because many of the things that he ventured into was his regular understanding. Do you know that Brother Brown was not the first to talk about tithing? Tithing was hundreds of years old. And that is exactly what they say. The same thing all Brother Brown did was to repeat what the people were saying for hundreds of years. He didn't say anything new when it comes to tithing. It was the same old story.
So we just have to call offerings now?
Free will. But we'll get to that. Because I don't want you to go away with the wrong idea that you should not get anything. That's why I want you to hear everything. Because when you get part of it, you see, that is what a lot of these scriptures do. They take out pieces of the scriptures and they beat you with it. You in your ignorance don't know any better. But my duty to you is to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That's my duty to you. Not part of the truth, but the whole truth. Hallelujah. That's my duty to you. Bless God. That is why I don't mind telling you this, because I could have come here and tell you, look, just like the rest, I could be telling you every day, look, you need to give us more money, you need to come up, you need to get this, you need to get this. I've never done that. Because it's not in the scriptures. I never felt led to do that. I never liked it. And I never understood why. People passing basket around and soap niggas, it just didn't sit right with me. Never understood that. Now why? Because it was not for us.
Amen.
Oh, this is hard, saints. But what you have been doing was strictly tradition. And it's time for you to break out of your tradition. Get back into the truth of God's word. All I'm telling you is what God said in His word. This is not, I don't want to have to force you for you to be, every time you got to be digging into your pockets. Why?
No.
It's wrong. It's not of God. You are no longer under the law. You're under the grace of God. Now you got a big responsibility.
Amen.
Your responsibility now is now even greater. Your responsibility is even greater now. Now that you're not under the law. You see what spirit is in you. Get to that later. What is us? Hallelujah. Where were we?
Numbers 18,
18 and verse
10.
Verse 9. Verse 10 now. In the most holy place thou shalt eat it, every male shall eat it, it shall be holy unto thee. And this is thine, the heave offering of their gift, with all the wave offerings of the children of Israel. See? So the heave offerings of the Levites and the wave offering of the children of Israel, all that goes to Aaron and his sons. I have given them unto thee, and to thy sons, and to thy daughters with thee, by a statute forever. Everyone that is clean in thy house shall eat of it. The wave offerings. What they used to do was things like in the treasure floor, they would eat things, they would just throw it up, like it was like something like winnowing, but yes, it's kind of you heave it up, they would raise it up before God. You understand? They would heave it. Yes, and like the wave offering is like they used to wave the thing before. You understand? That those are just different ceremonial laws that Israel has. Right? Hallelujah. Okay, verse 11. Verse 12. All the best of the oil, and all the best of the wine, and of the wheat, and the first fruits of them which they shall offer unto the Lord, them have I given you. You see that? And whatsoever is first right in the land. First thing that's right. which they shall bring unto the Lord shall be thine. Everyone that is clean in thy house shall be done. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Hallelujah. Aaron and his whole family. Everything devoted in Israel shall be thine. Everything that openeth the matrix in all flesh, which they bring unto the Lord, whether it be of men or beasts, shall be thine. Nevertheless, the firstborn of man shalt thou surely redeem, and the firstling of every unclean beast thou shalt redeem. Now remember, we spoke about this. This is where we found out that Jesus was not redeemed. Because the firstborn of man was supposed to be redeemed. Right? And every unclean beast. Because the firstborn was to be given to God as a sacrifice. Alright? And he says, verse 16, and those that are to be redeemed from a month old, thou shalt redeem, according to thy estimation, for the money of 5 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, which is 20 gerahs. They were supposed to buy them back, and exchange them for 5 shekels. Man and beast. 5 shekels. Right? That money went into the treasury. The other thing I want to show you when they talk about treasury, treasury was not only of money. Treasury was not only of money. See, when we hear treasury, the first thing we start thinking about is only gold and silver, money. But treasuries also referred to food. Treasury of food, of grain and flocks and so forth. See, because whatever I tell you, I want to show you here so that you have a foundation of everything that is said. And don't go away saying that Brother Eastman said, I want you to be able to say the word of God. Amen. Not Brother Eastman. Take me out the equation. All I'm doing is pointing you to what the word says. Amen. So when you quote, don't quote me, quote the word.
Amen.
Amen. That's the reason for your lesson. Amen. Hallelujah. That is the way it should be. Where am I? Verse 16. Verse 17. But the firstlings of a cow, or the firstling of a sheep, or the firstling of a goat, thou shalt not redeem. Oh. You see that? You understand now why it couldn't be redeemed? Now there are two portfolios he fitted here. One was man. He was the firstborn of man. Therefore, he should have been redeemed. But he was designated a sheep. And a lamb could not be redeemed. You see the story here? You understand? So the lamb had to die. You see what? Because he was born under the law. And that's what the law says. You understand? But because remember all them offerings and things that they did back then under the law of offering up the sheep and the goats and so forth was until he came. Right? So that when he came, the perfect sacrifice, all that other stuff was supposed to stop. Because he was the redemption. The other sacrifices only covered their sin, could not take it away. For as the scripture said, the blood of bulls and goats could not take away sin. and them that are outside. So both Jew and Gentile. So he straddled that middle. You understand? Oh my. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Woo. Hallelujah. See? So he says now, verse 18. All the heave offering of the holy things which the children of Israel offered unto the Lord have I given thee, and thy sons and thy daughters with thee, by a statute forever, is a covenant of Solomon. Forever before the Lord unto thee and to thy seed with thee. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, thou shalt have no inheritance in their land, neither shalt thou have any part among them. I am thy part, and thine inheritance among the children of Israel. And behold, I have given the children of Levi all the tenth in Israel for an inheritance, for their service, which they serve, even the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. Amen. All right. So remember, we just read that. All right. Now, all the rest of this. Let me just read one more scripture. Second Chronicles 30. Second Chronicles. Second Chronicles 30. Reading from 32. Sorry, reading from 27. All right. Let's read from 27. And Hezekiah had exceeding much riches and honor. And he made himself treasuries for silver and for gold, and for precious stones and for spices. You see that? Not only for gold and silver, but for spices, right? And for shields, right? And for all manner of pleasant jewels. Storehouses also for the increase of corn and wine and oil. You see that? Storehouses. You see what I mean? Corn, oil, wine. Hallelujah. And stalls for all manner of beasts and goats for flocks. Moreover, he provided him cities and possessions of flocks and herds in abundance, for God had given him substance very much. This same Hezekiah also stopped the upward course of Gihon, and brought it straight down to the west side of the city of David. And Hezekiah prospered in all his works. He rerouted the whole spring, a river. You think they didn't have technology back then? They rerouted a whole spring. Now imagine, I'll close after this. Just listen to this here. Imagine. Right now they're talking about the Temple Mount. Right? They're talking about the Temple Mount, where it is and so forth, and they're having problems with these Palestinians and so forth. You know why they can't get anything done or anything built there? Because that's not where the temple was. You just read it. The temple was near the Gihon Spring. And the Gihon Spring was where it said it? In the city of David. That the mount that they call in Temple Mount is not where the temple was. It was in the city of David, which is probably about half a mile or so away from where they are. A different place. Totally different place. even this, when time comes for the third temple to be built,
Exactly.
they don't find it's right there. God said, that's not the temple mount. That's what man, just like how they used to call the Sinai Peninsula, they said that was Mount Sinai. That's not Mount Sinai. The Bible says Mount Sinai was in Arabia. That's these so-called historians that they want to make things convenient because they couldn't find where they don't think and the top of Mount Sinai is still black from the heat and the fire that God has now the Arabians have fenced it off. You can't get in there now these days. Because they know and they call it Musa. Mountain of Musa. And Elijah's cave is right up there. The scripture talk about Elijah. When he was in that cave, and God and the angel and the angel thing brought him food. And the same thing, the cave is right there. Enough for one day. Right?
Yes, I thought we would touch the New Testament and I will see what
we were with, no, I planned, but not that.
yeah, I know. And what I'm trying to say is, if we stop the message from here, so who will say, oh, we don't have to take time? But,
If you stop it here,
yeah,
it sounds like it.
exactly. But it just needs to be fair and
Yes, that's why I said I don't want you to run away with the wrong idea.